My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. Well, I say that it's just the time when come on here to carve, and with what I'm going to show here, just kind of like with this little French Pere Noel that I showed you all, the one that was already carved out in the intro video, and got a little one to kind of make here. So I'm going to show you all where we start out. There's a little palm on its head here. We're going to kind of, I'd say, make a little line along that. Try to cut the thing loose, I say, and kind of get a little bit of something right into that. Make another little line here and just put a little something right into that, I say, and you know, just kind of put little ways of things to do. I say there's a little place where there's a little line that comes up to make the little place that separates the palm from the hat. We're going to come along that little line too, just make something out of that, and on the same side do the same thing here. And this is just the very thing we come up with. So I'd tell y'all that there's a time when we're going to kind of put little places here, make the little palm just kind of have its little stand in its thoughtful little place, and just kind of put the little place into the little part that comes right out this way, and just see what we'll do. Make it so it's just kind of like just going to be real thin and skinny here. I'd say there's a couple lines here on the back of the cap to make, just to kind of separate a thing or two just out a little bit, to kind of put the little cut in here, and just for one little thing put a little extra right into the little cap to see what this is going to come to be. And just to narrow things down a little bit, kind of put a little extra right into the pom-pom here, kind of get a little to where we kind of just get it a little deeper, and just kind of get just the thin little place for the pom-pom in. And I'll tell y'all that this is just one little step we're going to take to get a thing or two, just to kind of go a little bit further. So try to get a thin place here, remove a little bit of something, and I say just kind of make it so the next part up we kind of got to remove from that. And so that's where a little instruction shall come in. And just kind of like I say, get a little extra piece removed along and just kind of show what we have right here. And this is just the little piece that makes the little thing merry and bright. So come along to it, remove a little extra step, and we're going to try to get another little palmer in. And I say just kind of put the little extra piece right into the little work. And come along with this, see a little happy little Santa Claus coming this right way. Just know that we got this much done, getting in the detail right to the hat. So I'll tell y'all, just for a little extra time and work, just round off the palm, and then come down to where we narrow these other little pieces just a little more down to where we're going to have a fine little good old Santa, and kind of have one little work put in right after another. So with this in mind, I say just do a little bit of this little rounding off as well, and kind of try to remove a little extra along the way. See how this is just kind of making a special little way down to what we have. I tell y'all, just kind of with a little wood to be removed. Thankfully, we're getting this done. I tell y'all that for a piece like this, we kind of gotta work into it just to make it so it comes out so good. I say just to kind of get a little piece of extra work. So here we've done the rounding off. I say it's going to come time to where we're going to try to get a little more into the hat here, and kind of where, of all things you see, there kind of comes a time when we get to the brim of the hat, the little line here that kind of makes the ruffle around the hat. That's what we're going to get into right now, to try to remove a little extra from the way and see what we can see with little good things that we make right out of the piece of wood. When it comes down to it, just take a place in the front where there's a little place to do, and kinda, I say, like just motion it right dadgum in, and I say just put little time and effort and work right in, remove something here, and I tell y'all that there comes this moment when, with the hat, we're going to remove a little more along here, try to kind of get it into its own little, I say, type of shape, and kind of put on a little work to make it so the hat's going to be just a bit thinner, and try to kind of get a little more narrowness into the piece, just to kind of put a little type of kind of work to make it so it's going to be a real good fashion of a piece. And I know one thing for sure, that for me, carving exotic woods can be kind of a good thing, but you know, this Paduk, it's fairly soft, but I've heard you have to be careful carving it because it can kind of give you splinters real easily. So, with all we've said, I tell y'all that there's a time when we thin down these little hats to make some little awkward little type of Santa come our way, just to put a little time and work down right into the little piece, I say, just to see where we can go. I tell y'all that this is just kind of a effort of a thing. Try to remove little pieces of wood from right around the freaking hat, just to kind of make a little kind of nice little work, you say. And we got the carving apron, it's catching all the chips, and with this in mind, kind of come on here, get a little extra wood removed out of the little hat for the Santa, and I tell y'all, just put on a little bit of faith to what we have and what we do. I'm coming by to tell you all that this is just a tremendous amount of work, and with all this in mind, going to say that the hat is going to be one good part of a good Pere Noel, French Saint Nicholas, and we're going to try to remove a little along here as well, try to remove extra pieces so they go by a little faster. And with one thing in mind, I will tell you all that this is just kind of one little way we manage a piece to go so far as to all that we have to do. And come down to it, remove some from the little pom-pom, and kind of where it's just nice little Santa Clauses, and just kind of get where we get involved in the very type of work we do. So this is one of my best pieces I've made. It's always going good, and with all we say, we're kind of working our ways just along a good piece. So I want to thank you all for coming on and watching. It means a lot, and hope you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.